Having excess weight on our bodies costs us more than most people realize. And unfortunately, so many people that are looking for those solutions, they are going after the quick fix. There are no quick fixes in life. There are no quick fixes. You have to do the work, you have to have the discipline, and you have to have the right tools in place. There's some serious costs that people need to consider if they are choosing this quick fix solution. A lot of companies just want to make money from you. They over promise and under deliver. The quick fix solution that they're telling you is a solution isn't the solution, and it won't last. You're listening to the Visibly Fit podcast. Hey, I'm your host, Wendie Pett, and every week I'll give you holistic, practical solutions for everyday issues related to nutrition, healing, functional fitness, and behavior modifications. As a naturopath, fitness expert, and wellness coach for over 20 years, my goal is to empower you to reach for greater health and to rise up to your next level of living in mind, body, and spirit. You were created with greatness in mind. It's time to own it. Are you with me? Then let's dive in. Hey there, and welcome to the Visibly Fit podcast. I'm your host, Wendie Pett. Thanks so much for tuning in with me today. No matter where you are in the world, I appreciate you tuning in to the podcast. Love having you here, and it's a delight to spend this time with you. So thank you. Listen, today we are going to be talking about kind of just the ups and downs of the cost of weight, like carrying around excess weight, like not what it costs us financially, yes, but also what it costs us in relationships and with jobs, with promotions. All kinds of things. Having excess weight on our bodies costs us more than most people realize. But the truth is that excess weight and the obsession with losing weight has been discussed, it's been analyzed, it's been popularized on so many different levels, especially through fad diets and just really quick fixes that are on our market shelves. And we probably know a few of the names of those quick fixes. And I'm sure you get them sent to your email inbox saying, hey, this is the solution, this is the quick fix, this is how you do it. Or maybe in your Facebook ads or whatever, you're probably seeing all kinds of this kind of advertisement lurking in your space, wherever you are hanging out online, you see it, or maybe even in magazines, like we see it everywhere, right? But we do know that right now, the hot thing is the Ozempic, the Wegovy, the his, hers. I'm sure you saw that advertised during the Super Bowl this year, but there's so many more out there. But those are kind of the ones that people are gravitating to, and it's becoming more and more popular. And it seems that everyone really wants a piece of the pie when it comes to the profit relating to losing weight or maintaining weight or staying fit and trim. Like everyone wants a piece of that pie because it's a big business. It is a big business. But the truth is that so many, unfortunately, are selling you false solutions. So many are selling you just propaganda, right? They're selling you the quick fix that will fade quick. It may fix things quick, but what's the long-term situation for that? It's usually not something that remains sticky, right? And unfortunately, so many people that are looking for those solutions, they are going after the quick fix and they're willing to pay the potential price that comes with it, which is really heartbreaking, y'all. It gets me pretty stirred up because there are no quick fixes in life. There are no quick fixes. You have to do the work, you have to have the discipline, and you have to have the right tools in place. And so I get really burdened by some people that I even know that have decided to go that route. But some of those prices are, they're over and beyond the financial, right? Like there's been things that have been reported at length by users. In fact, one of my patients that had experienced Ozempic experienced a few of these issues whenever she took Ozempic. And I'm not just picking on Ozempic in case YouTube is scouring what I'm saying and trying to get me to, shut this video down because of Big Pharma. But you know what I mean? This is all listed on on the side effects like blindness, right? Severe gastrointestinal issues, which is really what my patient experienced. Vomiting and pain. She had serious vomiting and pain and like kind of like vertigo issues. She had a rash. But it's been reported that people are seeing and experiencing accelerated aging, like with their skin and with their hair and just with the aches and pains, right? They've also had experiences with gallbladder issues. Some cancer has been reported. Like there's some serious costs that people need to consider if they are choosing this quick fix solution, because that's all it is. It's a quick fix. It's not the solution. We know the solution, and it's eating properly, moving your body, and having a different mindset and way about in which you go about things. But I know a lot of people are again, they're desperate. I get it. They're just wanting to see the needle move. But I promise, if you decide that you're wanting to do a quick fix, please let me just kind of be a voice in your head to say, kind of stop, drop, and roll kind of a thing. Stop, drop, and pray, because this is not going to solve the problem. And again, there's so many different costs that are going to outweigh the outcome of trying to get this quick fix to occur, as opposed to finding the right person that can lead you into the healthy space that you truly deserve and desire, and the right program and protocols. But weight and finances have been discussed at length and even to the death when it comes to the quick fix operation that's out there. But there's little talk actually about the staggering amount spent on the individual costs of being obese in today's world. We know that there's a lot of obesity in today's world, which is shocking, especially in light of all the knowledge that's out there, all of the information that's out there for people to absorb and to take proper healthy steps. But according to research from the George Washington University, it's reported that the estimated cost of being obese is still on the rise, which is, again, very unfortunate. But due to weight loss procedures, programs, indirect and direct costs that even like it's productivity at work, right? Like people are skipping out on work because they're tired, they're in pain, they don't feel good, they get sick more often. But the price tag for a high BMI continues to climb. Now, high obesity is defined by body mass index, which is BMI. But I will say that BMI is, while it's a universal health score, it cannot distinguish between fat, muscle, bone mass, and body fat distribution. Okay, so BMI measurements have definitely been inaccurate and misleading over the years. So I just want to put that out there. But to put this rating in its perspective, a quote unquote overweight individual is considered obese with a BMI of over 30, normal range between 25 and 29. So how many of you resolved to reduce your BMI this year because you found out that your BMI is off the charts or whatever, but you didn't really get the facts, like is it the muscle to fat ratio kind of thing. It's not as accurate, right? By getting the quality measurement that you deserve. But the numbers are truly outstanding when doing simple math on the business of obesity. And again, big pharma and lots of weight loss companies, they bank on the hopes that people will stay in that obese state. And sometimes the obese state is right here between the ears. It's the way that you're thinking, okay? And so when people are preying on, praying, P-R-E-Y, P-R-E-Y-I-N-G, preying on you, it's not okay. It's not okay. So I just really want to help you maybe open your eyes a little bit and maybe let the Lord speak to you in a different way around your situation of being overweight or obese, that there is a solution, and it's a simple one, and it's one that he has given us, and it's eating clean and healthy, God-given foods. It's moving our body. It's really simple steps in which we can get a handle on our health and our well-being. Getting proper sleep, de-stressing, deep breathing, simple things I talk about on this podcast a lot. But I just want you to know that, a lot of companies just want to make money from you. They over promise and under deliver. And so I would just kind of want to talk about the numbers, the cost of what I found in regards to the total amount that's costing individuals for being obese. Okay. All right. So here it is. Let's see. It says it $4,879 for a woman, $2,646 for men each year. That's what they're saying it's costing you to be obese, an individual cost. Okay. The overall annual cost of being overweight, not obese, are $524 for women and $432 for men. Now, if you add in the value of lost life to these yearly totals, like, lost life in the sense of not being able to do what you'd like to do, not be able to be productive at work, so on and so forth. It's saying that the price tag is even bigger. It's saying that for men, it is, let's see, wait a minute, hang on, let me get my totals right. $8,365 for men and $6,518 for men, respectively. So when I am like listening to that or looking at that, I'm like scratching my head saying, wow, that is really a high price tag, isn't it, for being obese and overweight? So then that's where you might come in and say, yeah, that's why I'm determined to take Ozempic or Wegovy, because I got to get rid of this weight. I'm expensive. Being overweight is costing me, and it's also costing you the years to your life, right? Longevity. So with that being said, the quick fix solution that they're telling you is a solution isn't the solution, and it won't last. And so this price tag that is on your head, so to speak, for being obese or overweight will come back. It will come back if you don't solve the problem correctly. Okay. And so I just think about that just in terms of dollars and cents and how crazy it is and how much it costs us to be out of shape and overweight. And it actually shows that studies show that women are affected much, much more than men when it comes to just the cost of obesity and job-related cost. That means, lost wages, absenteeism, disability. And we're not even talking about the non-medical costs of obesity, right? Like, okay, let's go there. Maybe if you're seriously obese, you're having to get larger furniture, a different type of bed, maybe 2 seats on an airplane. These are like real costs, right? So those are kind of things that people don't really think of. And then, oh my goodness, the food consumption, the cost there. So I don't know. I'm just passionate about this because, again, one of my patients that I worked with, and she had great success on Visibly Fit, by the way, but she had done this prior to, it just left her in a bad way. We had to, straighten out her gut health. She had to go through all the symptoms that she didn't need to do, but she was just wanting that quick win. She wanted to move the needle. And I think that that's so human nature, right? We want to see that quick win. We want to see that there's progress, because then if there's no progress, we get discouraged. And I don't want you to get discouraged. I want you to see that progress. And with Visibly Fit, you see the progress. And there are so many wins along the way. And so that's one of the reasons we do blood work before and after, so that you can see the impact that you make in just 7 weeks, just with your blood work. You're going to see it in how you feel, and if you're on medications, probably diminishing those meds or getting off of them completely, and also releasing and that weight. And most people say losing the weight, but I say releasing the weight. But I'm just amazed, and it's just a fraction of the cost, right? Like just a fraction of what it's costing most people on a yearly basis of being overweight or obese. So I think about direct medical costs, and they are supersized, right? Like they are supersized by 66% more for women, and actually, oddly enough, 80% for men. So supersized, maybe there's, more heart attacks, that kind of thing for men, but they're supersized. Like you're supersized, your medical costs are going to be supersized, right? There's going to be more ailments, more need, and I don't want that for you. So like at what cost are you willing to get healthy? But I mean, at what cost are you willing to get healthy in a healthy way? That's the question. Again, so many people are willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to do it an unhealthy way. And then the results aren't always what they're cracked up to be. So I don't know. I just really want to encourage you that you don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to stay overweight, obese, and in the place that you're in and think that I'll never get there. I'm too far gone, because that's not true. And to reach for a quick fix when it's just a quick fix. It's not going to be lasting and long term. There's a solution. All right. There really is. And I just don't want you to be spending all this money and have it go down the drain and for you to be frustrated all over again. Right. I don't want you to be like, I don't know, for your eyes to glaze over and that kind of thing whenever you see another program come up, because you think, oh yeah, well, that didn't work, this didn't work. But it's because you weren't looking at the proper and correct program. Not that my program is the end all, because that's not true. There are multiple programs that are a healthy way to take control of your health and your well-being. But mine is one of the ways that do work. And so for a fraction of the cost, for under $2,000, you get blood work before and after the program. You get meal plans, grocery list, recipes. You get training modules. You get coaching each week by me. You have an accountability group. The list goes on. Oh, you have over almost 70 different workouts that can teach you how to use your body as your gym. And you have access to this, not just for 7 weeks, but for a full year. And so I don't know anywhere else that you can get that for that price point, for that investment, where you're going to see the results that are lasting, long-term results. And so, yes, I'm here to sell you, but it's to sell you for a program that works. And it's not a quick fix. It's not a pill, a potion, a whatever. It's getting your mind in a different space. It's getting your nutrition on the right track. It's getting your body used to moving in a way that's going to work best for you at this stage and age that you're in, because everyone's different, right? So we have to work with where you're at and then build upon that. And so I just want to encourage you. I want to encourage you because we do have a new cohort, a new group that is starting on April 14th. So if you're listening to this live time, that means you have time. You have time to jump on board. And so I really encourage you to go to getvisiblyfit.com, jump on over, let's do this together, and I will hold your hand through the entire process. And it's also a faith-based program. So we do devotions and prayer, and there's an incredible sisterhood around Visibly Fit. And if you have questions, email me. But I want to be someone that is going to cheer you on and give you the proper way to release that weight and to have it be sustained over the long-term lifespan, right? We want you to have balanced health and not into this place of thinking it's always a quick fix and that you always have to be on a diet and you always have to do all these extreme things. No, We really just need to think back to the old adage of we are what we eat, right? But we are also what we eat eats. So we think about that too. But luckily, Visibly Fit is whole food, plant based. So there's a difference there. But we are what we eat. And so if you're eating a bunch of garbage, you're going to feel like garbage. If you're eating a bunch of brown, greasy, processed foods, you're going to feel like that, right? And if we're eating large, there will be large cost to pay for that choice. But if we eat healthy goods and healthy choices, we must pay for good, healthy choices. And we get to pay for good, healthy choices. It's almost like, wow, we get to choose organic, non-GMO foods. And we get to eat this way because it's serving our body better. And you will start to see the results of that discipline. And even just taking the initiative to move your body. Maybe you're kind of a sedentary person normally. If you'll just get up and walk, I promise that 10-minute walk will turn into maybe 20 minutes, and then maybe 30 minutes, and then maybe you'll be up to an hour within the day, a few times a week, and you will start to see a shift in your body composition. You'll be able to experience just better lung capacity and better movement, less aches and pains. You'll be able to watch maybe chronic inflammation go down as you are taking these steady disciplines of eating life-giving foods and moving your body. So if you are even just dabbling with the idea of wanting to get a quick fix kind of option, might I invite you to a conversation? Might I invite you to email me at Wendie@wendiepett.com, and let's have a conversation around that. And let me just share with you the opportunity of Visibly Fit, because I believe wholeheartedly, because every single one of my patients, and that is a big claim, every single one has had incredible results. I don't know of any, not one, that has not had results. So if you're ready, then this is the way to go. Go to getvisiblyfit.com, and I'm here to assist you. All right. And you can even use your HSA or FSA account. So that's really cool too. Because honestly, the bottom line is that obesity profits the economy. Okay. Do you want to be a part of that? Yeah, that's kind of weird, right? Obesity profits the economy, but not in the things that matter. Not in the things that matter. So taking care of your body is so important. And the bigger problem in obesity, or being overweight, extra weight, is that it was found that actually 60% of Americans are at an unhealthy weight, with a third of the population classified as obese. And if we continue down this rate in just 5 years, y'all, by 2030, half of the population will be obese. Okay, I want you to hear that again. Half of the population will be obese if we continue down that path. That's like 1 out of every 2 people you know. I mean, that's crazy, right? Obesity-related conditions include things like heart disease and stroke and type 2 diabetes and forms of cancer. And all of these become and are leading causes of death. And it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, friends, we really cannot afford this. We can't afford this as individuals, like literally afford it out of our pocketbook, but we can't afford it as a society. We can't afford it individually as if we want to be around for our families and for our, for our kids and grandkids. We can't afford to supersize this problem, because your health, your family's health, you, the individual, and the people that make up this earth, all of us, we have to decide that our health is way too important to offset it in any other way than to actually go after the solution and be disciplined. So if you are ready, then go to getvisiblyfit.com. Let's do that. Let's do this together. Let's solve this long-term problem that maybe you've been dealing with for a long time. And maybe you've been grappling with this problem, and you just think, well, I've tried this, I've tried that. And you just can't, you just think, I don't know. I just don't know what else to do. But I'm telling you, we can't afford to even laugh this problem away. I know some comedians that talk about being overweight and obese and laugh about it. And it's just no laughing matter. Like there is just an increase in rising cost of obesity. And so, yeah, I think no more failed resolutions. Let's do this, right? Because obesity, I mean, selfishly, I say this, but obesity affects us all. I mean, it really, really does. It's robbing us of our most important resource, and that's life itself. And I really believe that, I mean, you're important, you're worthy, and the people around you are important, and they are worthy of having you step up and rise up and to live your best, healthiest life, because it does create a ripple effect. So again, you are what you eat. You take in junk, and you're gonna be a junkie, a food junkie. But if you eat healthy, then things change. And getting healthy and fit for some people may seem hard, but it's not. It's just different, and it's worth it. Like I said, you are worth it. It takes discipline, and it takes a little bit of work, like to maintain it, right? But once you get it in place, it's like second nature, and it becomes a lifestyle change. So the end results are worth it. If you're ready, go to getvisiblyfit.com. All right. I appreciate you, and I believe in you, and I'm ready to work with you. Let's dive in together. All right. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of Visibly Fit. I love you. I appreciate you. And I believe that your best life is here to come. So let's do this. Getvisiblyfit.com. We'll catch you next time. Well, that's a wrap for today's show. So thank you so much for tuning in. I love spending this time with you. To learn more and get more free resources, just head on over to wendiepett.com. And thank you in advance for sharing this episode and this podcast, following and subscribing, not only to this podcast, but finding me on social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are, I'm probably there too. Until next week and our next podcast time together, make it a visibly fit day.